All right, good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Greg D. Live on my Facebook page this morning. A very busy one here on ABC Action News. Starting at 4:30, we're tracking thunderstorms moving through the area, and there is a tornado watch for part of the Bay Area. Now, Hillsborough and Pinellas and Polk counties are not included in this tornado watch, but Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus are. Here's a closer look at it as we zoom in towards the maps. Citrus, Hernando, and Pasco County under a tornado watch until 8 o'clock this morning. Thunderstorms already ongoing. Take a look at Titan Doppler radar. Very active out there right now. We're tracking 2 areas of thunderstorms, and although there are no warnings now, these things are producing incredible amounts of lightning. Just take a look at all the lightning bolts. So we'll scan the one that's moving into northern Citrus County now. This one is just a lightning machine. 3,300 lightning strikes in the last 30 minutes from Citrus County west into the Gulf of Mexico. This is all moving toward the east at about 35 miles an hour and will just continue to increase. So if you're watching in Crystal River over toward maybe Sugar Mill Woods, over toward Hernando, you're hearing the lightning and thunder, you're hearing the thunder, seeing the lightning. It's only going to increase in intensity, and these things are moving at about 35 miles an hour. So we'll put a storm track on one particular cell, this one back here. They're moving east-northeast over the next hour, heading into portions of Citrus County. Let me put this storm track right where you can see it. Homosassa around 411, Sugar Mill Woods around 419, the Lecanto area 426. Not very concerned about severe weather from these just yet, but we'll have to watch them. Now, just because there's a tornado watch doesn't mean you're going to get a tornado out of this, but there certainly may be gusty winds and, of course, that lightning and thunder. And we can actually put a little storm scanner on these things and actually look inside the storm with our Titan Doppler radar. There isn't any tight rotation, but when you see that bright green there, there may be some broad rotation in these storms, maybe a little bit of gusty winds. We'll have to watch as that comes on shore and see how the Weather Service treats it, but they may be issuing some warnings as these thunderstorms move through. And I don't think we'll get anything big. This is not the type of storm or the same intensity system that was tracking back toward Georgia and South Carolina. If you were watching last night, an area of showers and thunderstorms up there causing some long track tornadoes. I don't think we're going to see that here. This is not the same system, a weaker, much weaker version of that headed our way, but we'll have to watch them. Could see a quick spin up from time to time. Now, as far as Tampa Bay, we are not out of the woods either. There's a nasty cell off the coast of Pinellas County. Let me put a distance, let's say from Clearwater to this thing, about 32 miles. Remember, they're moving 35 miles an hour, so I think this thing starts to enter portions of Pinellas County right around 4:30. And if you look at it, look at all the lightning back here towards the west of this storm. It is just intense. Back towards the west of Clearwater, all the white little dots here, those are intense lightning strikes, and that is all going to move in. Even if this does not get severe, it's going to wake you up, and there's going to be heavy rain, lightning, and thunder, and then that will continue to move through Hillsborough over toward Polk County as we go through the rest of the morning. So back to the radar we go. We can track this one for you as well. Let's track this whole cell like this, tracking at 35 miles an hour. This is the next hour and a half. So you see Clearwater 425, Tampa 5 o'clock is when I expect that to move in if it continues at the same speed. This one's a little farther off coast, so data may not be maybe as good here, but I'm seeing a lot of brights. You see all the bright greens and blues even showing up in this thing? That is some pretty strong wind, I would say right there. Probably not a tornado. Doesn't look like there's rotation. It's just strong wind, but radar seeing winds in there, 40, 50 miles an hour, maybe even faster. So we could even get some gusty winds out of these. And anytime you see this amount of lightning, and this one too is a lightning machine as well, 1,300 lightning strikes in the last 30 minutes, you're talking about the possibility of power outages. So if you set that alarm last night, it may not go off when you're expecting it to, especially if it's not on your cell phone. Farther back to the west, additional thunderstorms now building. These back here are also moving at about 35 miles an hour. They're going to impact maybe southern Pinellas over towards southern Hillsborough and then Manatee County. Again, track on these about 35 miles an hour, so it's going to take a while for them to reach the area, but they may not reach southern Pinellas, where St. Pete is, until 6:20, maybe 6 o'clock, 6:15. So you see Clearwater is going to get them first, and then the weather moves down to the south towards southern Pinellas County as well. Lots and lots of lightning with these gusty winds, and that storm system extends down into the southwest Gulf of Mexico. We'll be watching the wind data from this, that one storm off of the Hernando Citrus County coast. I think we need to watch. We can also take a look at them in 3D, and that really tells you where the stronger cells are. So take a look at here. The radar is looking up to see how tall these cloud tops are. This one here off the coast of Hernando and Citrus County, very tall, very thick cloud tops to this. That could be an intense storm to watch. And then the ones off of Pinellas and portions of Manatee County also showing that they are really, really tall storms. And that could mean the possibility of seeing some severe weather with them. Ahead of these storms, it is warm and humid temperatures in the mid to upper 70s right now. Here's what we're tracking. By 4 o'clock, they're already moving onshore. They'll be with us through the morning hours. Here's 7 a.m. Raining in portions of Pinellas over toward Hillsborough, Manatee County. It all clears out by this afternoon, folks, and we are going to be dry and nice, windy, with temperatures falling this afternoon into the 70s. I'll pull up the high temperatures for today, or actually these aren't going to be high temperatures. These are your afternoon temperatures for later today. Low 70s in Newport Richey, mid 70s Clearwater, St. Pete, maybe near 80 down towards the south as we go through the rest of your morning and into the early afternoon. So that's the latest here. I'm going to stop this Facebook Live because I am watching that storm off of Citrus and Hernando County. If there is a warning, you'll see me pop up here on ABC Action News. And of course, we'll be tracking these storms throughout the morning. Reporters on the scene out there as well. We'll be showing you what the drive is like. Janelle's got an update on traffic. Of course, every time I do weather, she's got traffic covered because that will be something that we'll be watching very closely as we go through the morning. Your complete 7-day forecast coming up starting at 4:30. Stay safe, everybody. And if you do see storms move through, make sure you stay inside this morning. Some of these may really pack a punch.